What's up, Eagles fans? This is your guy, Tone DeShields II from Chalk It Up Sports Philly, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. I want to talk to you guys about this past rookie class at wide receiver from this past 2021 draft. And I got to admit, man, I want to give those guys their flowers. I want to give those guys their respect, man. Jamar Chase, Jaylen Waddle, and our guy, DeVonta Smith. Let's just take it from the top. Jamar Chase by far had the best rookie campaign out of those three guys. He had 81 receptions on 128 targets, 1,455 yards receiving, averaged 18 yards per catch, and put up 13 TDs. Then Jaylen Waddle came in second with 104 receptions on 140 targets, had 1,015 yards, averaged 9.8 yards per catch, and had 6 touchdowns. And DeVonta Smith, our guy, did his thing with 64 receptions on 104 targets, 916 yards receiving, averaged 14.3 yards per catch, and 5 touchdowns. Now, when you look at the stats alone, one would say, wow, Jamar Chase is the best wide receiver out of those three guys, and DeVonta Smith is the worst. But you have to think about their various situations. When you think about Jamar Chase in Cincinnati, he has a gunslinging quarterback in Joe Burrow, who made it a point to get him that ball with 128 targets. And Joe Burrow by far is the best quarterback out of Tua and Jalen Hurts, respectively. And that's no knock on Jalen Hurts. That's no knock on Tua. Both those guys are great in their own right. They have a lot of development to do, just like Joe Burrow. But Joe Burrow, as it appears to me, is the most refined passer, the most seasoned passer, as it appears to be thus far. But Jamar Chase did his thing, broke multiple records within his organization, and we got to give him respect. We got to give respect where respect is due. He did his thing as it was warranted in his situation. And then Jaylen Waddle with the Dolphins, they were turbulent at first, but they made it a point to get that man the ball. He had the most targets out of all those guys with 140 targets. He clearly was their dink and dunk option, averaging just under 10 yards per catch. He averaged 9.8 yards to catch, to be exact, with 6 touchdowns. And he clearly was that short yardage guy. They gave him that ball in a lot of short yardage situations. They expected him to do a lot after the catch. And then DeVonta Smith, 64 catches on 104 targets, the most modest numbers out of all three guys because of his situation. DeVonta Smith was in a run-heavy offense, which led to him only having 64 catches on 104 targets, a drastic disparity from targets between Jaylen Waddle and Jamar Chase. Only had 916 yards, but again, broke a record within his organization. It broke Deshaun Jackson's rookie receiving yards record, averaged 14.3 yards a catch, which is significantly more, about 5 yards more than Jaylen Waddle. Now, that's no slight on Jaylen Waddle at all. It's just the situations they were in. But I think it's important to notice that this is the cream of the crop of this past draft when it comes to the receivers. These guys, of course, you could talk about guys like Elijah Moore, Rondell Moore, Kadarius Toney. You could talk about all those guys all you want, but those guys' numbers just doesn't even compare to guys like Jamar Chase, Jaylen Waddle, and DeVonta Smith. And they are the future of this NFL at the wide receiver position. And the NFL is in great hands. Like I said, you think about their numbers, they did amazing things. Jamar Chase was a human highlight reel. I watched a few of his games, and Jamar Chase was just unguardable time and time again. Half his touchdowns came from 40 yards or more. DeVonta Smith, he has some of the more acrobatic touchdowns to me when it comes to just self-awareness and the toe tap swag and things like that. And then Jaylen Waddle was just super electric in so many different ways for the Miami Dolphins. But all three wide receivers did exactly what they needed to do for their respective organizations in the specific situations that they were given. And I think that's really important to note. I think it's too early to call who's going to have the better career out of all three guys. But so far, Jamar Chase is clearly in the lead, breaking multiple records within his organization. Jaylen Waddle broke the rookie reception record, I believe, and DeVonta Smith broke the yardage record for wide receivers within the Philadelphia Eagles organization. So all three of these guys broke records respectively. All three of these guys are going to be in this league for a long time, and all three of these guys can potentially have yellow jackets if they continue to put on for their cities, put on for their teams, and continue to put on for their teammates and just keep grinding out these yards, grinding out these games. And it's straight like that. I'm your humble host, Tone DeShields II from Chalk It Up Sports Philly, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got charges to the game. Now I want to hear y'all opinion, though. Who do y'all think is going to have the best career out of all three guys? Will it be Jamar Chase with the Bengals? Will it be Jaylen Waddle with the Dolphins? Will it be DeVonta Smith with the Eagles? And we can all be objective about this. It doesn't really make a difference how you feel. I'm just curious to see how you guys feel about everything. Who do you guys believe out of the three guys I mentioned will have the best career? So far, Jamar Chase is ahead. Jaylen Waddle was right there behind him. And DeVonta Smith, based off of the circumstances, is right there behind those guys as well. But again, who do you guys think will have a better career? Who do you guys think will make the most out of their opportunities? And let's just leave it at that, you guys. Stay humble, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay hungry. And fly Eagles fly.